there, what is happening YouTube? Thanks for tuning back into the channel today, right here with the Rustbelt Mechanic. So when you think about the name Toolbox Widget, what comes to mind? For me, it's usually wrench organization right here in my toolbox because they've been the top leader in organizing wrenches in the absolute sense for the automotive market. So today I'm here to be able to show you guys their newest product line here, and that is going to be their newest socket organization line. Let's go check these out. Like I said, normally when you're talking about Toolbox Widget, this is the first thing that comes to mind. Wrench organization. That's what they've been great at over the last couple of years. They've got their patented orange indicator for when you take a wrench out, so you can tell everything's missing, everything's interlocking, and you can fit a whole lot more wrenches into a confined space. Makes it really great. But now we're bringing this bad line up to the game. The Toolbox Widget modular tool organization for your sockets. Going to come in 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, and it brings the interlocking modular organization lineup from wrench all the way down to socket. Now, how this is going to make big waves is the fact that it's going to be able to fit to any size box, any size organization, and any size toolkit that anybody has for these storage components. Like I said, it's going to come in 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. You see they still kept with their orange missing tool indicator, so if any of your sockets are going to be missing, you are going to be able to see the orange bits right here. Obviously, when we get into bigger sockets or weird, wonky, misshaped sockets, there are going to be spacers in here to the kit as well to be able to space out these in between each other to be able to fit the different sizes that you need. Now, not everybody likes hanging their sockets up by the reverse square drive on the back side of the socket. Some people like putting them upside down and having kind of like a stalk, kind of like I have here with this wrench organization right here, being able to see the numbers up like that. Well, Toolbox Widget gave you that option as well. We've got the stems and stocks package to be able to go along with these. So you can see here on the inside, they do have their stem and stock insert, so you can have that put into there, and you can hang your sockets just as you would in a normal organization pattern. Pretty freaking amazing. Now, the cool secret to all of these Toolbox Widgets, whether it be your 1/4 inch, your 3/8, your 1/2 inch, or anything, is the fact that it has this magnet here on the bottom. Now, if you were to take this little tray off here right at the bottom, all you would see at the bottom is this flat steel tray with a magnet here right in the center that's able to stick down onto pretty much any metal surface. We can see sticking real nicely, really well to the cart. I wanted to say that they said it's like an 8-pound pole magnet, so a very strong magnet, part of the wrench organizers as well. So very nice, able to hold things down tight, even if you guys have a pretty thick sheet of matting on each one of your boxes. Now, in a previous video, I was able to save a crap load of room in my wrench drawer, going from what I had with all the plastic blow mold cases and everything to be able to fit all the wrenches into that drawer. Now what I'm hoping to be able to fit is more sockets, because this is my top socket drawer, and I've, got sockets piled on top of sockets, another magnetic sock organization there, and just everything big is kind of thrown into the back and all. So hopefully I'm trying to be able to make more room to fit some more sockets, because actually I've got all my impact sockets for 3/8, all my swivels and everything that are in my side cart, and I can't even fit into this drawer. So we're going to be putting these to the test today. We're going to see what the Toolbox Widgets can do. Let's put them here to the test with this drawer. Here's all the extras that I've got hanging out in my roll-around tool cart. I've got 1/2 inch swivel sockets there, more snap-on 1/2 inch swivel sockets, 3/8 swivels, semi-deep 3/8 swivel shallow, and then 3/8 deep impacts here in the front. So a bunch more sockets that I'd like to fit in the toolbox that I just can't right now. Now as you can see, we've gotten to our 19, and this is the first size going to a 20mm and a 1/2 inch, where we kind of have to put our little spacer in there just to be able to space apart in between the two sockets to fit the next one down into it. That would be our 20mm. And then sure enough, looks like one kit has plenty of extra spacers, but will fit a full set straight through 10 all the way to 21 and 1/2 inch. Very nice that it's able to keep everything there together. Now to be able to fit over the top of the 1/2 inch, if you're wanting to have it upside down, looks like the size that you're going to have to jump up to is going to be like a 17 before it can do that one. But it's alright because these actually don't fit all that tight. I was worried that these were going to fit too tight into the squares here, and then when I was going to want to pull them, it was going to pull the whole thing around and everything. But no, it's loose enough to where you can leave it like that. The stems are all visible, and I can see all my numbers here sticking out of the tops of even the deep 1/2 inch sockets. Now next cool thing, I've got the 10 all the way through 24mm and our 1/2 inch, and then the 1/2 inch pegs that we have here. What's really awesome is it goes from 10 all the way up to 40mm, no skips in any of the sizes. So anything you have 10 through 40, you've got the extended pegs to be able to put into the dividers. Here on this next one, we're throwing it for a little bit of a loop because I'm working with this Blue Point Allen bit set here, and it's got 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive in metric and standard, all the way up through I think 19 and 3/4 inch respectively on there. Now we're wanting to put all of the metrics together, and I want to put all the standards together behind it with kind of their standard sockets. So we're going to have 1/2 inch drive here, and then you can see I connected, we've got this same interlocking plate system for the 3/8 one. So I can go right along and start putting 3/8 sockets in there, right in there as well. Linking them, so we'll have 1/2 inch drive, 3/8 and 1/4 inch, so we got the whole set all together. I can tell already this is going to be saving a lot of room. I've got a couple of cases already up and out of here. We're going to put some of the more specialty ones up here since I'm seeing that we're able to save quite a bit of room. So we've got our metric impacts here, and then in 1/2 inch, and then we're going to I think some, we got our hex sockets, and then I think we're going to put our Torx right in front of here, so put the specialty ones right here in front. Another quick tip for easy recognition with these stems here is you can see that the numbers are kind of hard to see on here. Well, for different sizes, whether it be standard or metric, I'm going to grab a Sharpie here, and for my metric ones, because I'm used to my metric trays being red or black and the standards being red, so I'm going to mark the numbers on the metric ones black. And you know, here as a technician, after doing this for so many years, you just kind of know where everything is and all. But at the same time, when you've got students and everything using your box, you just let them know, hey, everything labeled black is going to be metric, and then everything labeled red is going to be standard. So when we label these with our stems, I'm going to label them that way so you guys can tell colored wise, and it does help them pop out quite a bit more too. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this would have been a whole lot more enjoyable in a heated garage or a nice shop or something like that, where I could, you know, actually take my time, put some of these together. But overall, it took about 2.5, 3 hours to put everything how I really wanted it to, over going back in and back and forth, trying to thaw out my fingers here and there, but I think it turned out really awesome. Let's check out the final product.
It's beautiful.
Look at that, boys and girls. This is the final finished set of products for my top drawer. Now, really cool thing to figure out here, guys, is that this is all of my sockets. This is everything that I even had in my cart. So stuff that I didn't have in here before, didn't have these deep impacts. I didn't have either of these sets of swivel impacts in here. Didn't have a couple other little things inside of here. But everything is in here, and everything fits. The only things that I kind of ran dry on, I didn't calculate enough 3/8, so I got a couple of the bolt biters here that I'm missing some sets for, so we'll get that one. And then unfortunately the extra long ball tipped Allens, when you put them onto one of the rail systems here, it does not clear the top of the drawer. So unfortunately that one's going to either have to stay there or go into another drawer. But as you can see from the height of those, that's how much extra space we have along the entire set of the back. There you can also see my 3/4 inch sockets don't have anything going for them yet, but from what I hear down the line with Toolbox Widget, we'll be seeing some 3/4 and even 1-inch socket adapters coming out for these sets in the near future as well. So got to be looking out for that. But man, look how clean and crisp all of this looks right here. It's just very nice. Even the wrench end ones here for the flare nut wrench sockets, that's just clean and crisp. Everything nice, even, easy to find. And then here with the labeling system, you can see that I painted these, or just Sharpied these black on the metric ones, and then on the standard ones you can see that we did those in red, so I can tell standard from the metric. There's the 3/8 ones all along there, and then the spacing is very nice. I'm able to fit my hands, even I want to pick up some of these short, shallow ones in between there. I'm able to get down inside of there and pick those up pretty easily. It is not too close together. Now what do we get rid of? Here's the pile of organizers that I have left from all the extra sockets and stuff. A pile of these sitting over here, a couple of rails, these plastic organizers that just held junk. Some of these, they were so stuck to the bottom that they were hard coming off. This 1/2 inch, the big axle nut socket one, was stuck down pretty good. These blow molded cases, they took up a bunch of room, especially like this Blue Point one for all the Allens and everything. That took up a ton of room, but thankfully we got all of this stuff taken care of, and all this stuff will be going to maybe the next owner or something like that. I don't know. We'll find a good place for those. It's not going to go in the trash or anything like that. Well, the axle nut one might. It's kind of junk, but getting rid of all of those to make room for that drawer of prettiness. It is so pretty indeed. All right, now moving on down for the bonus material here. Toolbox Widget didn't come out with just their socket organization, as you guys saw there. They've got some new plier organization here coming for you guys as well. So we're going to upfit this little drawer here real quick. It's not going to be that hard of a process, so I'm going to flip this all together so you guys can see what we kind of started off with before, and then what we're going to be able to go to now. And magic presto, we have ourselves a fancy, organized, clean plier drawer. Boy, check them out. That works amazingly. Absolutely amazing. Look how nice and tight everything is all put together within here. Crisp, clean, separated. Very nice, very nice. Got a couple extra spots and everything in there. Looks good. Everything's nice, clean, put together. In this specific drawer on my toolbox, some of the things were not able to fit just because of the depth. A lot of these things that had springs holding them out, these kind of pliers, or this style here, these cutters that hold themselves wide open, it would just get kind of just barely caught on the edge of the drawer, so wasn't able to get those to fit in there top lengthwise, or these big channel lock vice grip style ones there. However, everything else seemed to fit fantastically. The cool thing I liked about it, each one of these kits came with a lot of these pieces, and then each one of the kits came with two pieces that were just a little bit wider than the other ones. So for instance, this is a wider one, and then this is a little bit thinner one. So each one of the kits came with two of those, and the rest of them were that size. So it can fit a couple of the larger piece pliers right in there. Nice, neat, clean, out of the way, and it saved quite a bit extra room to be able to fit a bunch of extra pliers. A couple of these weren't in here before. It was nice being able to fit it all, and to be honest, it could be even more efficient than it is right now. You could probably fit 3 rows of stuff if you were to put them lengthwise in the correct placement. So all in all,
wow, it's very nice.
well guys, that's about all I've got for you guys today. This has been an amazing organization video. I'm always glad to be able to work with Toolbox Widget. Grab yourself some of these. The links, like I said, will be down below in the description, as well as being able to get that awesome coupon code, getting you guys a great discount on some great dividers. We've got some awesome stuff coming up here. I know we've had kind of a lull in things, but just the way things have been moving, trying to possibly move into a new house for me and the family, one that's got an actual shop instead of this barren, cold wasteland of a tiny garage. We might be able to actually get some stuff done. So make sure you guys stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell notification so you guys get notified when I come out with cool, awesome content, just like this one here today. Thanks, and as always, you guys stay awesome.